Welcome to another episode of Mixology and Mortgages with Hatchman. So today we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about a very traditional cocktail, one that you've probably had many times before, or if you've never heard of it, trust me, it has been around for, I think, over 100 years. So a traditional cocktail and non-traditional mortgages. All right, non-traditional mortgages. What is that, right? What is a non-traditional mortgage? Well, a non-traditional mortgage is going to be anything except the loans we've all heard about. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA. These are all conventional loans. These are all loans that we talk about that pretty much everybody has. Now, today I want to talk about the non-conventional ones, right? The ones that are not typical, or the non-conforming is a better word. Essentially, these are the loans that are going to be privatized money, or loans that maybe you're not even aware that exist. I talk a lot to people who are self-employed, right? So bar owners, I talk a lot with bar owners, people in that profession, self-employed, people who make their own money. They don't get a typical W-2. Typically, when you own your own business, when it comes to tax time, you're going to report as little income as possible to Uncle Sam so that you don't have to write a nice big check when April 15th, when taxes are due. I get it. I understand that. But from a lending standpoint, we look at that and we see, oh, this guy doesn't make any money. Where in fact, we know that you're just being very strategic with how you write things off so that you can pay less of a tax bill. So, did you know that there is actually a bank statement loan? A loan that we base off of the deposits in your bank statements. Again, this is for self-employed borrowers. So if you are self-employed and you write off a ton of money on your taxes, we do have a bank statement loan option for you. They come with a few stipulations, of course, like all things. Interest rate's going to be a little bit higher than a standard loan. Down payment's going to be higher than a standard loan, but there is options for you. So don't feel like it's hopeless to be a homeowner or even an investor if you write off a ton of money on your taxes and you're self-employed, because we have options for you. The bank statement loan is fantastic. Basically, what we do is we take a look at all that money that's coming into your bank account. We can use personal accounts as well as business accounts. We look at it either for a year or 2 years. We combine all those deposits, we add that up, and that becomes your gross monthly income. And the good thing is, we don't ever ask for tax returns. We're not going to see them. We're not going to look at them. Does not matter what you wrote off. So if this situation applies to you or someone you know, hit me up. I'd be happy to talk to you about our bank statement loans. Now, there are a few other loan options out there, right? What happens when we go beyond the conventional loan limit and you need to borrow more than $600,000, right? Because that's, there's loan limits out there when it comes to your specific county. But we do have loans. Loan Depot actually has one. It's the Loan Depot Jumbo Advantage. It is a fantastic loan product. The interest rate on these bad boys are actually lower than the conventional loans, which is pretty cool. So if you are looking for one of those higher dollar loan amounts, we do have options for you right here at Loan Depot, which are pretty fantastic, with as low as 5% down with no mortgage insurance. That's right. As little as 5% down, no mortgage insurance for that jumbo loan category. So pretty cool. There's a lot of different situations that I don't think people just know about, because you just hear about the standard 30-year fixed. You think it's all about tax returns. Just know that we do have options for you if that is your situation. Now let's get into the fun part, right? Let's make a cocktail. So today's classic cocktail that I want to talk about is the French 75. So the French 75, the very first time I had it was actually in Las Vegas. I took a trip with my wife for our anniversary, and we hit up this food tour because we're big food people, and Las Vegas is a great spot for food. It was actually called the Lip Smackin' Foodie Tours, so if it's still around, I'll be sure to hit them up. It was a fantastic tour. They take you to all these little restaurants throughout Vegas. You go on a walking tour so you can walk off some of that food that you're eating. The first restaurant we went to was a classic French restaurant. I do not recall the name of it, but I do remember the cocktail because it was life-changing, and they told me it was a classic one that had been around for over 100 years, and I had never even heard of it. So maybe that's you, maybe not, but today we're gonna make the French 75. So the French 75 is very simple because it consists of only a handful of ingredients. You have got gin. After that, lemon juice. You can go fresh, but it's easier just to buy this bad boy from Costco. And simple syrup, which is super easy to make. Never buy this stuff in the store. It is a 1-to-1 ratio of water and sugar. You boil it down until it becomes a liquid, save it for later. And then of course, top it off with champagne. Today we're breaking the rules a little bit and I'm using Prosecco because I didn't have champagne. Prosecco is technically Italian, so this could be the Italian 75, but you get the idea. French 75, let's make it. I like Plymouth gin personally, so we're gonna start off with 1 ounce of gin. This is going to go in a cocktail shaker as compared to a stirrer. We're gonna shake this bad boy up, get it nice and cold. So 1 ounce gin, ½ ounce lemon juice. Feel free to use the pre-prepared stuff or fresh if you're more ambitious than me or happen to have fresh lemons lying around. Or hey, this is Arizona, right? I mean, half the people have oranges and lemon trees in your backyard. So if you've got that, grab some lemon juice. A couple tiny bit of simple syrup. This one I don't really have a ratio for, just I'd say less than 1/4 cup. You don't want it super sweet. So a little bit of that. So gin, lemon juice, simple syrup. We're gonna add ice, shake this bad boy up. All right, now for the ice. Just spilled it everywhere, fantastic. Make sure to do a little dance. It makes the cocktail better, I promise. All right, now that we've got that little concoction, we're going to pour it in a coup glass, as I guess is what this is called. Coup. And then of course, top with your champagne, or in this case, Prosecco, which is what I'm using. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. So you take your concoction, you top it with the champagne, or in this case, Prosecco. Also, if you're feeling fancy, I do recommend a thin slice of lemon to go right around top. There you have it, folks. The French 75, very traditional cocktail. And keep in mind, there are non-traditional mortgage products out there. So if you've been turned down, don't let that stop you. This has been fun, guys. If you have any other ideas when it comes to cocktails, mortgages, whatever, hit me up in the comments. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. Cheers.